But if someone were to give it to me, the opportunity to own one HDB, I will say shut up and take my money.
Hi Faizul. I just became a client like 2 weeks back. I'm a Singapore PR and I'm from Johor. So I've purchased my first property this year for own stay in Johor. So now I'm looking at purchasing my second property for investment. So my strategy is I'm looking to have more than one properties in the next 1 to 2 years. So I'm looking at maximizing. So what property would you recommend?
I have a question to ask you. What's your
Yes.
situation with your HDB purchase?
The thing is, looking at the prices of HDB right now. So right now I don't have any property in Singapore. So
Okay.
I do not plan to buy any property in the next 5 years at least in Singapore, 5 to 10 years, right? So I'm looking to
Reason is
explore.
because
Reason is because
the capital required or what?
yeah, sort of capital required is a bit too high.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a short solution here. A dream case scenario for you: go buy Abbey. Your best case scenario, you get about 3 to 400,000 ringgit cashback.
Okay.
That's equivalent to 100,000 Sing, bro.
Yeah.
So that will allow you to put your down payment for HDB in Singapore. Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, forget Monica. If you can get Abbey, go for Abbey first, right? So Abbey should be your priority because Abbey will give you the deposit that 100,000 Sing dollar savings that you need to go and buy something in Singapore. So rather than wait 5 years, you could potentially own one in the next 2 or 3. It's the only one that will give you that lah. So basically, you buy one Abbey, you got free HDB lah in Singapore lah. You know lah, HDB is literally $1 million, not ringgit, dollars gift. You just buy one HDB, you keep it for 20 or 30 years, you'll make $1 million Sing. So that's an unfair advantage. Being a FACAP client, being a Malaysian, now Singapore PR, you are able to go and do all this. Okay.
Yeah, the thing is, having a HDB isn't really a dream of mine. The reason why I bought my first property in Johor is because I'm married. My wife is working in Johor. We are perfectly fine living in Johor, so I'm used to traveling to Singapore. Owning a HDB isn't really a dream of mine, but I do intend. I do look like in the next 10 years or 10 years from now, maybe there is a possibility that I might be in Singapore. And also one of the criteria that when purchasing for the first property was, it has to be suitable for own stay and also if I'm able to rent it out. And I took that seriously because, I'm not 100% certain I'm going to be staying in JB. I could be in Singapore in the future. So
my only feedback to that is that owning a HDB is not my dream too. But if I'm given the option to go and do it, knowing what I know about HDB, which is a confirmed ATM for your retirement, is basically is a privilege. Because you are buying something at a discounted price because you're a PR. So that's it. So for me, very simple. I want you to have that option open to you. And the day that, for example, you got the option to go and buy HDB, you are choosing not to, that's a different story. Because it's a question of priority and goals, right? But today, even if you want to, you can't. Because you can't afford it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So for me, I want to give you that luxury of being able to say, if I want to exercise this option, I can, right?
Okay.
Because HDB really is not my dream too. But if someone were to give it to me, the opportunity to own one HDB, I will say shut up and take my money, right? Because I know 10 years from now, 15 years from now, the HDB is going to be at least 1 million ringgit pure profit.
Yeah.
Okay. So that would be my current thought process. But again, I look at it not from a dream point of view. I look at it purely from a financial point of view. The HDB is worth quite a fair bit, right? Rental today is easily 4,000 Sing. I think if you're talking about a new HDB, a relatively quite new HDB, if you can rent it out after that 5-year moratorium, or was it 10 years?
It's 5 years, yeah.
5 years, right? So it's not cheap lah. So that's equivalent to about 12,000, 13,000 ringgit lah sebulan, bro. It's a lot of money from one property. And this one sure don't have tenant problem one. Forever don't have demand problem. In Malaysia, there's no such thing as a property worth 15,000 rental per month with no demand problem. It's a cyclical. This one is a purely mass market housing. But that will be my view lah. I suggest that you take full advantage. Being a FACAP client, being a PR, if you can own a HDB, you should.
Okay, so meaning in terms of what FACAP has, Abbey would be one of the options here, right?
Abbey is the only one that will give you 300,000 cash, potentially. The rest of them is about 200,000, 150,000 cash.
Good.
All right.
Thanks.
Okay, all the best.